questions or like conversation starter for like friends, deep questions for relationships, all the things. So this, right up my alley, I love this. Alright, question number 1. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? So, I feel like I've thought about this many times throughout my life. Like, who doesn't think of that, right? But I used to, when I was younger, I used to say, I would love to read people's mind. But as an adult who has common sense, I'm like, that would be torture to know what everybody thinks about me, like, or what anyone is thinking at any given time. Like, that just seems like too much to deal with daily, you know what I mean? So then I thought about flying, but I'm like, how would that really serve me if I could fly? Like, am I flying around town to get from point A to point B? Like, how would I fly with my daughter? I'm getting really technical, I know it's ridiculous, but I really be putting like some thought into these questions, and I think I've come to the conclusion that I would love to have super speed, because I'm always ripping and running, okay? So if I could just clean my house and do this and do that and walk the dogs and blah blah blah, like super speed, that would be nice. Or instead of flying, teleportation. Like, I could just get to point A, boom, and like it doesn't involve flying. You get what I'm saying? So either super speed or teleportation. I think teleportation, is that what it's called? I don't know. I think that would be better. I want you guys to answer. If you could have one superpower, what would it be? Alright. Question number 2. What chore would you love to never do again? Wash the dishes. I don't even have to think about that, okay? I will clean the floors by hand, scrub the like superstitious of me, but I'm very wary on who I take things from, like secondhand. And not because I'm like stuck up, but like I believe in like energy, and it can be anything, okay? It can be a little decoration or whatever. I don't know what energy is attached to that thing. I feel more comfortable taking things secondhand from people I know instead of like strangers, because I don't know what that thing was used for, what type of vibe was going on in their house, all the things. But for the sake of the question, what would you love? What would you love to find at a yard sale? I would love to find a little box with $10 trillion in it. Obviously. Yeah, I can't think of anything other than like money I would love to find at a yard sale. Yeah, but what would you love to find at a yard sale? Let me know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5. This is question number always throwing yourself a pity party, you know? And again, not saying this to like take away from whatever you're experiencing, take away from whatever you're feeling. That is all real and all valid. But it's always good to overcome that with gratitude for what you do have, or what you learn from whatever it is that you're going through. You know what I mean? Like I always say, something's always going to happen. Life be lifing, okay? But we get through it by what? Showing gratitude, gratefulness to the things we do have. I believe the key to like bringing in and connecting with that good energy is like showing gratitude, being grateful for what we do have. Some of us fall victim into always saying like, oh, I'll be happy when X, or things will be good when this happens. It's like, no, let's be happy today. Let's be good now. You know what I mean? Like, I went too deep. I'm so sorry. I'm a half full type of girly. Let me know. Is your glass half empty or half full? Alright, this is question number, hold on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, question number 8. I'm so sorry, as I'm talking and rambling, I forget what number I'm at, so I have to recount the cards. Alright, this is question number 8. What's your favorite comfort food? Pizza. Duh. I love pizza. I could eat pizza I won't say every other day because my heartburn be trying to take me out. And y'all know I'm lactose intolerant. I do take my lactate pills though. Sorry, I thought my watch was kept vibrating. Anyways, I take lactate pills, so I still indulge in the dairy. But yeah, pizza's my favorite comfort food. I love it so much. What's your favorite comfort food? Let me know. Comment down below. Question number 9. Would you rather meet your great-great-grandparents or your great-great-grandchildren? I feel like that's a given to me. I would love to meet my great-great-grandchildren because your favorite breed of dog? Let's chat about our doggies.